Namaste. You're watching Gayatri's Legal Awareness channel in English. To listen in Telugu, click on the link given in the description. Today, we will learn and understand females' ancestral property rights and exceptions and their general rules of succession in Hindu Succession Act 1956. In part 1 and 2 of this video, we understood concept of succession, its applicability, who are class 1 heirs, class 2 heirs, who are agnates and cognates, and how the property is distributed among them. To listen part 1 and 2 of this video, you may click on the links given in the description. In part 3 of this video, we will understand and learn females' ancestral property rights and exceptions and their general rules of succession in Hindu Succession Act 1956. Section 6 Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005 has given equal rights to daughters by birth in co-personary property of a joint Hindu family, and also exceptions are specified when a woman cannot claim rights on father's ancestral property. Now we will understand what it means. Rights. In joint Hindu family, a daughter is a co-partner by birth. Both rights and liabilities are equally shared to daughters like sons. Exceptions. Daughters have no right on the property when the partitions are made before 20th December 2004, but conditions apply. Partition or transfer of property should be done through registered sale deed or by decree of court. On 11th August 2020, in Vinita Sharma vs Rakesh Sharma's case, the Supreme Court has given judgment that any partition done through registered sale deed before 20th December 2004, then the daughter cannot claim the right on the ancestral property. Oral partition is acceptable only in exceptional cases when a public document is produced, that is sale deed, gift deed, lease deed, or by mutation. Orally, when the property is partitioned among male legal heirs without any public document, then it is not considered as oral partition. General rules of succession in case of females. As per section 14 and 15 of Hindu Succession Act 1956, if a female Hindu person dies without a will, then her property would be distributed among her legal heirs. Firstly, upon the sons, daughters, including the children of predeceased son or daughter and husband. Secondly, upon the heirs of her husband. Thirdly, upon her mother and father. Fourthly, upon the heirs of her father. Lastly, upon the heirs of her mother. When a female Hindu person dies intestate, then her property is distributed among her first legal heirs, that is, son or sons, daughter or daughters, and husband are given single share each. If legal heirs doesn't exist in first place, only then the legal heirs in second place have right on property. No one exists in second place, then third place legal heirs have right on the property, and so on. For example, if the deceased person has 3 lakhs worth property and she has one son and one daughter, then the property worth 3 lakhs will be distributed equally among son, daughter and husband, that is 1 lakh each. If no one exists in first place, then the 3 lakhs worth property is distributed among legal heirs specified in second place, that is heirs of her husband. If no one exists in second place, then the property is shared among third place legal heirs, that is her mother and father. If they doesn't exist, then to heirs of her father, and if they doesn't exist, then to heirs of her mother. When no legal heirs exist of a deceased person, then as per section 29 of Hindu Succession Act 1956, the property of the deceased belongs to the government. If you find this video is informative, then like, share and subscribe my channel. Namaste.